YouTubers, after digging through the toolbox and finding a good Allen key, a good Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it, I decided to get back under here and see if I had the right one. And I lucked out and had the right one. Trying to change the transaxle. 99 Lexus 300 RX 300 3.0. I'm not sure the number of the transaxle, but okay, I covered this on another video and had some difficulties with broken wrenches and ratchets and such. So I found an Allen key, and I just wanted to show you where to drain your transaxle. If you see, there's your trans pin. Here's your transaxle. There is no fill for this. The only way to fill it is with transmission fluid, which I recommend aisin trans fluid. I covered that on another video also. So if you're lucky enough to not have this stripped, I just take my trusty dead blow and get your Allen in there. And if you can do this without stripping, you don't want to strip that. And if you do, you're in a world of problems. So be very careful. I have my Dollar Tree oil pan. Everything's $1 at the Dollar Tree, by the way. And I just take it. Kind of hard, one-handed. I'm using my phone for video, but I did break it loose. I did break it loose with the hammer earlier. Then I decided to go get the camera to follow up that video. As you see, there is no room in here. Put your exhaust. No room to get in there. So you could try a breaker bar with an Allen key. Just get in there. And you want to keep track of how much actually drains, because you're pretty much blind as far as refilling, and you're going to refill it through the trans fill tube. So, you know, if at anything, you're just going to run the car, get the car hot, and check your fluid just like you normally would with a transmission, running hot, and get it to fill. And there is a cold and a hot measurement on the dipstick, and I always recommend getting the transmission hot to do your final fill. Cold is a little misleading. I don't trust it. So here we go. We're almost there. Ooh, made a little mess. And you see there is a washer. There is a washer on this, and I would imagine it's a compression washer. I don't have one. I'm gonna put it back in and getting ready to do a long trip. So I think at the worst you'd have a drip, and if I have a drip, I'm gonna take it back out and change it again. Can't hurt. So what I'm gonna do is drain this and try to measure how much actually came out. Looks like quite a bit pouring out, and it looks like I'm draining my whole trans. So I'm going to throw it back in there That is much more than a quart. Much more than a quart. So if it looks to me like you're going to drain your whole tranny, and I don't want to do that today. So if you wanted to do this, be prepared. Don't just walk away. So I'm gonna cap it off. Looks to me that's got to be a good 3 to 4 quarts. I'm gonna measure it up and see how much actually came up, and I'll report back. Okay, dumped it into a gallon milk jug, and it looks to me about a half gallon. So even though the book says I think 0.9 quarts the transfer case holds, it'll keep pouring on you guys. So like I said, don't walk away. Stand there, drain what you need to drain. I think 2 quarts should do it, and then I'll check from there. But I want to show you where your trans filler is. Right there by the battery. And I know I'm about 2 quarts. I'm jacked up right now, so, but the car is level. I have the back of the car jacked up, inspecting some of the back stuff, and I just want you to see that there is no fill for this transaxle. You're going to fill it into the dipstick here, transmission filler tube. I know I'm about 2 quarts low now, so I think I'm going to start at 2 quarts and top off as needed. So thanks. Subscribe if you care about auto maintenance. And I have a couple surprises coming. I have a couple things, a lot of things happening here in the next year. So I could use some subscribers. I could use some likes. And we've got a bunch of things coming off grid. I'm going to build an outhouse. I'm going to do some greenhouses. Always car maintenance. I have some diesel work coming up, and I'm going to show you how to stop leaks on a 7.3 Ford. We're going to do pretty much a raw piece of land, and I'm going to build it from the ground up. I have a bunch of things happening, so I have some road frontage. I have some road footage. I'm going to videotape as much as I can of the road trip, and stay tuned.